What up, guys, and welcome back to the cave once again. Listen, I know y'all been seeing a lot of news about Hurricane Milton, so I came past these two videos. I had to put it in the rabbit hole for us to look at later. Right here, we have I seen a couple of YouTubers basically streaming that are in Florida right now, talking about the experience with the last hurricane, Helene, and now they're about to experience Milton. So I have this YouTuber, Jonathan Petramala. Like you can see, even with his story right here, his pinned comment, thank you all for watching and support. Clearly, this will be a very personal hurricane for me, as my home also sits in the path of Milton, but I'm also going to be covering. So please subscribe if you haven't. So I'm going to subscribe right now. Boom. There we go. I'm going to give you a subscriber, and I'm going to watch your journey. I'm interested. I'm in Arizona right now. We're not at risk, but I'm an American, and I want to help any way, shape, or form. I know I can't help, but at least I'm just going to be sitting on the couch worrying, so I'm going to be watching. So I wanted to watch kind of what's going on. I'm going to be watching this live stream tomorrow. Hopefully they're going to be fine. It's going to go down. I keep hearing things about Hurricane Milton supposed to go down to like a category 3 or 2, but it's actually going up instead of going down. So hopefully by time tomorrow night, where it's supposed to meet landfall, it'll be down to the least amount possible. Hopefully, maybe to switch direction, right? God willing. But maybe it'd be down to a category 2 or 1 or something. I don't know. But I'm just praying for the best. But anyway, I'm going to get into this. And then I'm actually watching something about the Hurricane Milton storm surge, right? How they go up and down and what's happening. Because this storm coming from a different direction than hurricanes usually even come from. It's coming from like the Gulf of Mexico. And they usually come from like Africa direction. So let's just get into this, see what this gentleman got to say. And like I said, like, share, subscribe to his channel, man. Help him bring some money back into the city. He's going to need repairing afterwards because I guess the Democrats run out of money. But let's see. Hurricane Milton evacuation, chaos, gas lines, last-minute scramble.
A mass exodus, frantic, the fearful flocking, the wise with them. No gas, all brakes.
We have a very stressful, potentially dangerous situation unfolding here in the Tampa Bay area. This is St. Petersburg, and what you're looking at is just a little bit of a slice of the mass amount of people trying to evacuate out of the Tampa Bay area. All of the arterial roads, the interstates, the main highways out of Tampa Bay are jam-packed as people are fleeing. They're trying to escape the path of Hurricane Milton. And what they're coming across are gas stations like this, closed.
Which is crazy. Is in order for people to man these, that means they can't be evacuated, right? The essential workers, people are like, all these people that's making minimum wage have to stay here in order for you to be able to get stuff and continue to evacuate.
Do not have gas left. And so these pumps have all been wrapped with saran wrap. What that does, it helps protect the screens, the electronics from hurricane force-driven rain. They also even have the nozzles zip tied to the machine so they don't flop around in the winds as well. But these are wrapped a day and a half before likely any impacts from Hurricane Milton that could be felt here in St. Petersburg, because the folks here at the gas station say that they don't expect any more gas being delivered here ahead of the hurricane.
I'll leave at 2:30 in the morning. I'll leave at 2:33 in the morning because all this will kind of die down, but we don't have diesel. So every time I come down here, we already kind of know because we do so much cat work. I normally travel with at least 20 gallons. I brought this from Atlanta. I didn't just try to hoard gas.
Yeah.
So we always come down with at least enough diesel to get back home, or at least to get back over the line, no matter where it is.
Among the masses moving out, the contractors who rushed
It sounds crazy, but people are used to this, right? It's crazy.
in to help rebuild after Hurricane Helene
A total mess. Can't believe I'm showing it to you. Normally it's really organized.
are packing up too. When they return, they'll face an even bigger mess.
Just go ahead and evacuate to something higher above sea level. It's the best thing that you can do right now.
Same nightmare, new storm. Milton's bearing down, forcing millions to ask themselves the ultimate question, stay or go. It's not as obvious as you might expect.
No, I would rather be with my boat than not with it, because if I'm not here, I don't know what's going to happen to it. But if I'm here, I mean, I know I'll survive. If the boat goes down, I can swim.
Oh my God, oh no, my God, no. This is the mindset though. This is why you see, what was the mayor, or I think it was the mayor, say, if you stay here, you're in a body bag. Like, this is the crazy thought. His boat is not as important, but it's probably all he got left. That's probably his home.
But I'm not gonna go somewhere else and leave the boat here because this is everything I own right now. I mean, I can't afford to give it up. Social Security cut my Social Security check off in June, said I'm no longer disabled. I don't know what that means. So they cut my check off. Now I have no income. So if I lose this boat, then I'm...
They told this man he's no longer disabled? They telling Americans with one leg that he's no longer disabled? This is why the fucking migrant crisis. It's not about the migrants, people.
back on the street again, and I'm not going to do that.
Jay already refused to abandon ship during Hurricane Helene.
How high did the water get during Helene?
It got to about 1 inch below the top of the pillar, or the pylon right there.
What was that experience like?
I slept through it.
He's even become sort of a local social media celebrity, with people coming to check in on him. A strange kind of fame, but people do care.
Are you concerned for Jay?
I mean, yeah, I come and check on him every day and brought him a bunch of clothes and food and stuff, water. But I mean, he doesn't want to leave his boat, which I understand. I've tried to like help him get the hotels and stuff. And I started GoFundMe on TikTok that got like $7,000, which I'm gonna be giving him the money soon once the Chamber's in. But yeah, I mean, I tried to help him like get to him a safe place. He just doesn't really want to do that. So.
It's a little mess. Please
No,
forgive the mess.
it's...
I would really hate to see a fucking like a RIP for this man after this storm because he want to stay. Oh man, this is nothing in his life compared to his life. This is all nothing, but to him it's the world. He remembers sleeping outside. This is like, but don't go down with it. Like he just want to be there. If he said if the ship go down, he want to be there and say, okay, I seen it go down, I synced it, and then I survived. He just don't want to leave and think he could have did something to save his home. Oh, somebody buy this man a new boat.
You got it pretty well organized, actually.
Well, organization is my thing.
A lot better than me.
Something else.
And so this is where you'll like camp out some food. You have supplies here.
I sit here, I sleep here, and everything on that side. I got my stove there. I have a box cooler that I have my food in. I got a regular cooler for cold stuff right there. And up in the front where it's too shallow to actually go in there, I use that for storage for my clothes and whatnot.
And where's your water?
Water in those boxes.
I mean, the ideal thing is to get him into a hotel, which people, like a ton of people have been offering. So if we can convince him to put the boat somewhere else and just get him in a hotel, I think that'll be the most ideal thing.
I just go to sleep. Every time I got into trouble and I pray to God and I just talk to him, but he always told me, go to sleep, it'll be all right in the morning. I go to sleep, I wake up and it's always better in the morning.
Do you plan on sleeping for Milton?
Oh yeah. I mean, once the boat's over the water and the wind's hitting me on the nose, the boat's gonna be steady, it's gonna be in that direction, and the only thing I gotta worry about is the wind blowing me around a little bit and the tide going up.
Oh, famous last fucking word. Oh, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I know if you're watching this, you're feeling the same thing, hopefully. My level of empathy be getting me sometimes.
Not concerned.
At least Jay doesn't have to worry about sandbags.
Guys, back up. There's more coming. You gotta leave room. There is enough sand for everybody. Relax and back up.
So you have St. Pete Police on sand patrol, like literally
I don't think that's enough sand for everybody, but hopefully they get another shipment.
having to direct people away from the pile of sand because there's so many people that are just desperate to get their bags. So it's like he's directing traffic, but it's people with their shovels and their sandbags waiting to fill up what they can. A couple things happening here. You just had Hurricane Helene, which brought in record storm surge to the Tampa Bay area and here in St. Petersburg in particular. And we're basically in the middle of the cone for the next hurricane, Milton. That has motivated people in a way that I've never seen here in St. Petersburg. People are lining up like it's Black Friday for sandbags. They're trying to get their allotment and trying to protect.
Jesus, look at this. Look at this, and our government is running out of money. Doing everything and filling their pockets up with. These people on this line are real Americans trying to live. They're living paycheck to paycheck. They just trying to make it. They can't afford to get sick. They can't afford $1,000 emergency. These are the people our government's supposed to be listening to and fighting for. Instead, they're lying to us.
what they just had the example of Hurricane Helene, and so they know that they are vulnerable.
I lost my girlfriend here, but she's somewhere. Oh, there she is. She's struggling. We're just filling up as much as we can, you know?
Right. Have you guys ever done sandbagging before?
No, never. Definitely acting on the side of precaution, though, you know, so.
Well, I mean, you just saw what happened.
Yeah.
There's some people that did not react to the last hurricane, and then they felt it like, holy crap. And this one's supposed to be worse. Remember that. This one is supposed to be worse than what they just experienced. They definitely trying to prepare now.
We can. I mean, this is right outside of our apartment. This is our apartment complex. So.
Just piles of trash.
Yeah.
How did you guys fare the last storm? You said there was water close to you, but it wasn't.
It just entered our building. I'll show you the water line maybe. Yeah, that's.
Oh, okay.
But so it just made it in, and we're definitely going to prepare the same way with them this time.
Oh yeah.
Did you have water the last storm?
Yeah, the water, yeah.
How bad was it, Helene, for you?
Stingy or St. Petersburg, and 2 hurricanes. Oh, well, my family.
Yeah.
Thank you.
¿Tienes miedo?
Mucho miedo.
Oh, are you scared? Very scared. Spanish very scared is worse than look, very scared. And muchos, mijo. Like, oh, God, help him. Give it up to Governor DeSantis. He's really moving, though. He's really moving, making a move for the people.
Me too. Sweater from Peru. All the expensive clothes you have?
Jacket from Argentina, purse from Turkey, purse from Spain, purses from Mexico.
And all the important documents and my hard drives are going with you.
Yes, green card, phone from Mexico, cars from Mexico.
And for the first time, I'm left to wonder, what will my wife come home to? What will I come home to?
It's kind of crazy. I've never seen my neighbor Dave boarding up his house and tying down his trees before, but Hurricane Milton's serious. If you look on an evacuation map in Pinellas County and St. Petersburg, there's 2 islands in a worst-case scenario the storm surge could create, and this neighborhood is on one of those islands.
Oh, I guess it's the red area, right? Like, it can get worse. The red is the worst. So this is what we're going to watch later, that storm surge about it. How is it splitting up Florida?
So that's why we're actually not in one of those mandatory evacuation zones that they talk about, but there's a high likelihood that storm surge could cut this area off from the rest of Florida. So, I mean, I sent my wife out of town with all the important documents and hard drives that I have. And then I had to go through my house and document everything, every item, just in case I do have to make an insurance claim. And that's all you can do. We have to wait to see where the storm goes, but there's the potential this could be the most catastrophic hurricane to ever hit our home here in Tampa Bay. And so I just hope that we all remember items and things aren't important, people are. And so please, if you can, and you are here, get out of the path. It's just not worth it.
Damn, man. Get out of the way. I understand, like, that guy is one of his boatmen, but you got to get out this way. We can't keep doing this. We cannot keep letting these politicians play with us either, because this happens, especially in the election cycle. They sit there and play. It might happen for a year or two, but then something like this happens where it's like, okay. It's like real life. You can play and spend your money and go out clubbing them, and then emergency going to hit, boom. And your ass going to have to adult up, buckle up.
With forecasts of up to 15 feet of storm surge, officials in Hillsborough County are begging people in those evacuation zones A and B to leave. Because this is an unprecedented threat to Tampa Bay, some are wondering how much danger their homes are in, even if they are miles inland. Fox 13's Evan Axelbank is live for us in Tampa tonight with that story. And I know, Evan, we have heard it from so many folks who are seeing the storm come and they're saying, I'm inland. Am I okay?
Yeah, we are right now just north of downtown, right near I-275. And it feels like we are super far from where the water is right now. But officials have no doubt that if we get the worst case scenario, where I'm standing, we'll be underwater. If you're looking for comfort, you've come to the wrong place.
That is something that you really only see in the movies.
The Sea of Red is the National Hurricane Center's storm surge predictor. Here's Tampa under surge produced by a Category 1, now a Category 2, and then a Category 3. The red shows water 9 feet above ground. A zoom out shows how much of our coast would be inundated.
The worst case scenario that we have seen, that was Hurricane Ike, where the surge actually made it 25 miles inland for parts of Louisiana, parts of Texas.
Fox 13 meteorologist Valerie Mills points out that Ike brought 20 feet of storm surge, but says topography is the only thing that can slow down 15 feet of surge. It will spread out as it moves inland, but this chart from the National Hurricane Center shows what 5 to 7 feet of storm surge looks like. Only Zone A takes it on the chin. But look at 12 to 15 feet. Only Zones D and E are spared. This is why the mayor of Tampa is begging people in Zone A and B to move to higher ground.
Say you're in a single-story home. 12 feet is above that house. So if you're in it, basically that's the coffin that you're in.
One mitigating factor could be the angle at which the storm hits, and thus how the wind pushes the water.
We've got that landfall, say, just to the south of Tampa Bay, and winds for our area, those would actually be moving offshore.
But if you jog the storm to the north, the nightmare scenario, the mayor's only in the movies scenario, becomes real life.
If this were to come onshore, say parts of Pasco County, we would be talking about persistent onshore flow moving right into Tampa Bay.
And granted, Hurricane Ike that Valerie described brought more than 20 feet of storm surge, and that went 25 miles inland. Obviously, right now, the upper projections are 15 feet to this area. A hurricane that did hit Tampa in 1848 brought 15 feet of storm surge, and indeed, it was reported that all of downtown was underwater. So we're not saying this to scare anybody, but just the reality is what it is, Allie, certainly if those upper projections do come true.
Yeah, and I think that graphic was very helpful because sometimes people really need to see it to understand.
She said 1840. Did they even have buildings made out of concrete back then in 1840 something? All of that must have been scary. They must have thought like Florida was going to never come back in the 1800s. They had that. They probably thought it was over. Oh my God! They thought it was a sign from God. Probably. This is crazy. And if you haven't checked it out, check out my other video about FEMA running out of money to help the people in North Carolina and Florida and these other places and diverting these funds. It's sad. It's almost like after a school shooting when you gotta like when they start talking about guns. But this one is different. This is not hey, well, you take away the guns, they're gonna still stab you. They're gonna still stab you with knives. This is something different. Like, just let me know what y'all think. Like, share, subscribe, all that. Damn. I'm gonna be up here tomorrow. I'm gonna try to live stream it